It's 3 a.m. You're wide awake, staring at your phone. It's the moment every retiree dreads. A severe stock market crash. Your portfolio, which you spent 40 years building, is bleeding red. The talking heads on TV are screaming about unprecedented volatility, and every headline, the knot in your stomach twists a little tighter. But this isn't about a market crash. Let's be honest. The stock market is a roller coaster. It goes up and it goes down, but it always comes back up. This is about the real nightmare, the one that happens when you let fear take control. It's about the panic decisions that can cost you something far more valuable than money, your actual retirement. People fall into 5 psychological traps, 5 actual nightmares that are far scarier than any stock market downturn. We're going to drag them into the light so you can avoid them and protect your retirement dreams. During a stock market downturn, the first instinct is to grab control. You can't control Wall Street, but you can control your wallet. For some, this escalates. Suddenly, you're arguing about using the good toilet paper. That long planned anniversary trip, canceled. Market uncertainty, you say? This is when the healthy habit of saving sours into a toxic, irrational fear of spending. You can be a multi-millionaire on a spreadsheet, but live like a pauper in real life. This is the first and most insidious nightmare. The prison of frugality. It's when you have the money, but you psychologically lost the permission in your own mind to use it. Many retirees feel anxious about spending down their savings, but it's a self-inflicted sentence of scarcity in life that was supposed to be about abundance. The tragedy is that this isn't driven by a lack of money, but a lack of confidence. The solution isn't to spend recklessly. It's to build a plan that gives you that confidence. This means creating a floor of guaranteed income, a reliable paycheck from sources like an annuity that covers all your essential bills. Research consistently shows that retirees with more guaranteed income have significantly higher spending confidence. Knowing your core expenses are covered gives you the freedom to actually spend on the things that make life worth living. For decades, you were Susan from sales or Bob, the head of engineering. Your identity was tied to your title and your ability to provide. Then you retire and that stops. If a stock market crash happens, the identity of being a smart investor can feel shattered too. All of a sudden, you may not just be retired. You may not know who you are. This is the second nightmare, the profound loss of identity. Work gives us more than a paycheck. It provides routine, purpose, and social connection. When that's gone, many retirees feel adrift. A stock market crash can feel like a personal failure, leading to shame and withdrawal. You spent 40 years building a financial plan, but maybe 5 minutes thinking about what you'll actually do on Tuesday? The antidote here is to proactively build a post-work identity. Think about what your career gave you and find new ways to get it. If it was a sense of progress, learn a new skill. If it was social connection, invest time in community groups or volunteering or clubs. A successful retirement isn't just about what you retire from, but what you retire to. The prison of frugality and the loss of identity create a toxic feedback loop that leads straight to the third nightmare, a shrinking world. The fear of spending leads to saying no to travel, no to dinners, no to clubs, no to everything. A feeling of worthlessness makes you avoid people. Your world, once full of colleagues and social events, can shrink to the size of your living room recliner. The phone rings less, invitations dry up. This nightmare is loneliness, and it creeps in slowly with 1,000 little no's. Researchers link social isolation in older adults to devastating health risks, including high blood pressure, heart disease, cognitive decline, and a higher risk of premature death. You're so terrified of your portfolio dying, you don't notice you're the one fading away. The loneliness will do more damage than a bear market ever could. To fight this, you have to be intentional. That means saying yes, even when it feels uncomfortable. It means treating your social life like a bill. You pay for your electricity, you pay for water, and you better budget for dinner with friends. That money is meant to fuel your life, not become a substitute for it. As your world gets smaller, your obsession with financial news gets bigger. You become a full-time employee of cable news networks, except you don't get paid. You just get anxiety. Every pundit predicting doom becomes a new wave of panic. You end up living in a constant state of what if? What if there's another crash? What if inflation skyrockets? What if I make another mistake? This is the fourth nightmare, the paralysis of what if. Fear hijacks your ability to make good decisions. The anxiety is so overwhelming. You sold at the bottom, and now you're too scared to get back in. Doing nothing is a decision, and it usually is a disastrous one that locks in your losses for good. This paralysis comes from tying your emotional well-being to the stock market's daily chaos. The only way out is to create a plan you can trust, even when the headlights are screaming. This means having a defined withdrawal strategy, a portfolio built for storms, having most of your money saved, not way out in risky wonderland, and enough cash reserves to cover your needs so at the worst time, you'll be okay. It's about having a system, a financial autopilot that stops you from flying the plane into a mountain just because there's a little turbulence. Years pass. The stock market soars to new highs. Your portfolio, despite any panic selling, is bigger than it was on the day you retired. You have more money than you could ever possibly spend. But your health is fading. That trip to Italy isn't an option anymore. Close friends have moved on or passed away. The opportunities you said no to in your 60s are gone forever. This is the fifth and final nightmare. The unlived life. You protected the nest egg so fiercely, you forgot it was meant to be used. You treated your retirement fund like a priceless museum piece, forgetting it was supposed to buy a ticket to the world. You end up with a surplus of money and a deficit of memories. This is the true cost of fear. A market crash doesn't have to ruin your retirement, but your reaction to it actually can. These nightmares, Prison of Frugality, the loss of identity, the shrinking world, paralysis, and the unlived life are all born from uncertainty. The key to avoiding them isn't timing the stock market. It's building a plan that gives you confidence to live your life, no matter what the stock market is doing. The point of a financial plan isn't to die with the biggest pile of assets. It's to give yourself permission to use those assets to build your best life. That confidence starts with knowing your essential needs are covered. If these fears resonate with you, a great first step is to see what it actually feels like to live on your retirement income. Click the link in the description and watch the free training I made just for you. It will show you how to build reliable income that doesn't depend on the stock market, so you can stop living smaller than your savings and start feeling confident again. And if what you learned resonates and you want to see what guaranteed lifetime could look like, you'll be taken straight to my calendar where you can schedule a free income planning session. And I'll create a personalized retirement income report just for you. Thanks, y'all.